Hello, you hardcore boxing fans out there, how are you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. You know that, don't you? Hey? Big Malk. What do you reckon to that little clip at the beginning there of Cobra with all them belts? You can only dream about having belts like that round your waist. Big Malk, isn't that right? Hey? Unbelievable. Ask Porky questions. Seems to be doing all right. Let's keep them coming in. If you start asking me stupid stuff or vile stuff or oddball stuff, you know what I mean? The man will just block you in because I don't know how to do it, but he'll just block your camera. So, all right. So here we go. About 11 or 12 people asked this. I mean, some of the violence I got for putting that Decker Eggy video out from beginning of 2021. Something like that. It was 2.5 years ago. I don't know, but this is how I look at it. If you've got a problem with Decker, tell him. Don't tell me. I don't care. All right? It's a video that I put out for the simple reason that people were saying, why did you never put that out? You know what? I couldn't find it, and eventually we found it. So it was right at the beginning when we started doing members. So I put it out. All right. So it was basically about the Billy Joe Saunders debate. Decker in the interview, in my opinion, he was trying to, I'd say, be popular with traveling people, trying to get, I stuck up to that Porky on his channel, and I give him it, and I stand for travellers, all that nonsense. That's how he looked to me. That don't mean anything to me. But why bring race into it? Eh? The question were, do you think Billy Joe Saunders quit against Canelo? So that's how long it were ago. So it would have been beginning of May 2021. So a 2 year, 3-4 months ago. You're looking at nearly 28 months ago. Right. I think he quit. Decker just couldn't bring himself to say it because Billy's a traveller. But if it had been Dylan White, oh yeah, he's quit. Dylan's not a traveller. He couldn't say it, could you, Decker? Decker, you couldn't say it. I watching to it back. But it don't matter to me because I've never met Decker and I ain't got a problem with him. That's it. There's no more interviews with Decker going on here because I ain't done any more. So, but if I did one with him, nobody would stop me putting it out there. But no, he won't be coming on my channel because his channel's not about boxing and combat sports now, is it? It were then. Now it isn't. It's, I don't know what it is. So do I wish him well? I don't have a comment on him. But I put the video out just to show people that big 6'3", 18-stone hard man, and he is an hard man. Oh, white flow with me. I won't be able to mess with him. He'd obliterate me. So he is a tough kid and he turns up for his battles. And I respect that. But I just wanted to show that, look, we're not bothered who it is when we get on here. We'll get stuck into them. We give an opinion, don't we? His opinion, well, he didn't have one, did he? He couldn't. I tied him in knots. Because the camera don't lie, does it? I tied him in knots, and Mark Tibbs' statement after the fight proved it anyway, although it got took down, didn't it? DAZN's audio in between rounds got took down. So it's one of them things, isn't it? It's one of them things, but we move on. So, but people leaving comments about it, take it up with Decker. All right, take it up with him. I don't know what he's been in trouble for. Somebody said he pinched some bird's arse or something, got 100 quid fine. I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. I'm not interested in all that. All that carrying off, how they carry off up there's all a bit bizarre. I find it bizarre. Just get on with your own YouTube channels, but I shouldn't have to be getting up every day. Listen, obviously, this was been sent. People sending constant not questions, moaning and groaning. People with no subscribers, no videos, been on YouTube 5 years. Go and do a video if you're unhappy about how Decker conducts himself on social media. Go and do a video on your channel. Besides you mind giving other people bullets to fire, but if you feel that strongly about it, do a video. Don't just hide behind one of them. Don't just hide behind one of them and give a comment. Go and do a video. All right. We're going to do a Zoom with somebody. Or go out and have a pint. Take your dog for a walk or something. Do something constructive. But don't hide behind the keyboard. Go knock on his door. If he's this and that, go tell him. I'm sure he'll oblige you. When people go up to his house, don't they, and park outside. But if people feel that strongly, go see him about it and have a word with him about it. That's all you've got to do. It's not rocket science, is it? It's not my problem, is it? All right. I just put the video out mainly about the Billy Joe Saunders debate. So there's nobody who was doing a debate like that, were they? At the time, nobody. Everybody bottled it because they were MTK and because this is this fighting man traveller and all. Nobody wanted to say anything, did they? Frightened to death. I didn't hear Coogan Cassius coming out giving an opinion. Oh, I forgot, it's his mate. It's his mate. If it had been Jarrell Miller, he'd have said something, wouldn't he? Because he's not his mate. Do we see a pattern here? Of course we do. These people can't lie straight in bed. Look at Coogan's pals. He's been pal. He's a pal of mine. All them that do views are his pals. I don't see Sean Yaxley, Joe Gallagher's fighter, or Clark Smith. They're not Coogan's pals, are they? Why? Is Dempsey Whale Coogan's pal? A novice prospect coming through. What is he, 10-0? Is he Coogan's pal? No, because he don't do views, does he? They're no good to Coogan. It's big pal. If they do views, they're his pal. All right, so that's that one put to one side. Is Frank Smith, aka Spotty Frank Eubank, a double agent? Yeah, you'd say he is, wouldn't you? You know why? He knew about the failed drug test, didn't he? Crusher Ben. And he never told his missus or brother-in-law, did he? So that's a bit double agent work, isn't it? How can he be trusted around the family dinner table at Christmas? You would put his head in dinner, wouldn't you? Yeah, he's a double agent. When was John Fury's last fight? Big John Fury from Fury Power. Big fighting man. In the ring or on the hard road. Pop, pop, bang. And my five are still watching me from the moon. John Fury's last fight, you have to say the one he got jailed for, wasn't it? Opie Sykes, who comes to about there on me. He's probably about half a stone less than me in weight. And I'm 11 stone wet through on a good morning. If I've had a good pig out, I'm probably 11-2 in the morning. That's it. No. Last person. No, you want to fight. I think he gave Asif Valley a slap. No, he probably deserved it. Oh, but that in a fight, is it? And I don't think the Opie Sykes one is really a man a foot shorter and half the size in weight. Well, John about 22 stone when he done him. So a foot taller and half the body weight. That's the last fight he had. Right? Big bullying John Fury. Isn't that right? Big John Fury. Bully boy. So that's his last scrap. So all this 100 on hard road, it doesn't exist. It's in his head. He invents stories. He's got problems with truth, hasn't he? You let him run riot, that's what happens. And look what you've got now. Also bolted, hasn't it? what did I think to the Nigel Benn interview with Big Malk? Go and watch it. Stamina for Sale, YouTube, part 1. Oh, I'm not watching part 2, but they're both out there. But go and watch it and see for yourself. All it was to me was a lick feast. That's it. Just a lick feast. Bottom line, really. That's it. What you forgot to mention, Big Malk, is that when he won the WBO belt, nobody recognised it. Nobody. They didn't recognise it till well into the 90s. Nobody recognised that belt. It was like the WBF when that came out. Nobody recognised it. The British Boxing Board of Control didn't recognise it. Same as they didn't recognise the WBF and the WBU when they came out. They don't recognise the IBA. Why don't you mention that? Big Malk, the historian who worked at Boxing Monthly on Work Experience in 1989. Pop, pop, bang. Because your tongue were that far up Ben's, old man, old Nige. Your tongue were that far up, you couldn't bring yourself to mention it, could you? Nobody recognised Nigel Benn's WBO middleweight title. Nobody recognised it. And a lot of true hard boxing core fans don't even recognise the WBO full stop. Even though Ring Magazine years later, many, many years later, did recognise it as the 4th belt. So you forgot about that, Big Malk, but it was an utter poo feast, in my opinion. A lick feast, poo feast, pure AIDS. So, all right. Bricktop's eyeball. Oh, Bricktop's eyeball. What do you think to that? Hey, he burst a blood vessel in his eyeball, probably when the Cobra said, "Come on, Froch on Fighting." Has anybody seen that? Froch on Fighting on YouTube. Pop, pop, bang. That's the place to be now, isn't it? Fastest growing YouTube channel in boxing at the moment. Tells it straight, doesn't it, Carl? Well, you can afford to, can you, when you're worth about 25 mil? You don't need Eddie Hills and Bricktop giving you any media work. You take it or leave it. And Carl's the type of kid to think, you know what? I might as well do my own YouTube channel. Do his own, get his own media work, give his own opinion, and cream it. Have another string to his bow and more readies coming in every week, piling them up. Even making skyscrapers out of money at this rate. That guy's had it off with spilt guts, blood and guts in the ring. Deserves it. So, all right. But Bricktop's eyeball. It's either that, the Cobra putting it on him to set the record straight on his channel, Froch on Fighting on YouTube, or it's Eddie Hills saying he's a small promoter. Well, doesn't Eddie use your call? They'll use your call, don't they? Boxing promoters. I don't know what's all that about, but it was nice to see Bricktop get stuck into Spotty Frank. Porky, what did you have for breakfast? Jesus. I think you need to get out more. You asked me that. What do I have for breakfast? Cup of Nescafe Azura in the morning with a bit of milk in it, full fat. Slice of brown bread, Lurpak butter, and homemade marmalade that I got from a place next to this big country house near Braithwell. On me covering, I think I pulled up, they do honey and stuff. So yeah, I'll have a jar of that as well. Marmalade. That's it. And then I have a shake for an hour later. And then a few hours later, probably about tea time, half a tin of soup. I'll probably do it for it then, probably another shake at night. That's it. I might have a couple of apples, not a big eater. Will I have an apple on here? Yeah, I'll go get my knife, paring knife out of the kitchen down here. I'll have an apple on here. Because people complain if I eat an apple on here, so I'll keep eating them. Right, apples are good for you. An apple a day keeps the doctor at bay. All right. So why it bother people, me eating an apple on here, I don't know. But I'm not forcing you to watch, am I? If you don't like it, don't watch. Poker, do you play snooker or pool regular? No, I don't. I don't have time. We've got a pool table coming here next week. A close friend of mine from Skello in Doncaster is going to help me get it up here and set it up. One of them pool tables that turns into a dining table. Oh, 700 quid. So yeah, it's all good stuff, isn't it? So that's going to be coming here. Am I going to go pro? No, I don't think so. I won't want to go through that shower to get a pro license, would I? But it'll give me something to do, won't it? In between doing these videos and instead of munching around their car showroom, terrorizing them next door. So I'll have a few games of pool here. I like to keeps my mind ticking over. And plus it might get my touch right for playing off. And you never know where it might take me. But now no plans to go for the pro card, but there'll be a few invites, no doubt, for a few games for pound notes. So it's all good stuff, isn't it? All good stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. Take me back to my youth, wasn't it, when I was age 10 to when did that kick me out? I think I was 16 when I got kicked out. So take me back to that period from 81 to 86 when I played every single day, about 3-4 hours every day. Signing contracts, what's the answer? I had this conversation. With Curtis Woodhouse the other day. I think if Curtis were picking your brains, he should know anyway. He's been a professional fighter, hasn't he? But my opinion of contracts in boxing is this: they're not worth the paper that they're written on. They're not worth the paper that they are written on. For example, you could sign a contract with a certain promoter in the UK. We'll not say you, but let's say you sign a contract, 5-fight deal, call them a multi-fight deal, 5-6 fights. Let's say you have a fight, right? And you get one on board. They might not be able to match you then for 9 months. Or there might be all sorts of issues behind the scenes. And you might think, God, and then somebody might say, do you want to fight on this show? Your promoter might say, no, you're not going on that show. So you're knackered, aren't you? So you parked up. So my opinion is this: people turning professional. Don't sign contract. Don't sign them. Work on a fight-by-fight basis. If you're good enough, money comes. If you can fight, you'll always earn in boxing. So I never really got it, people being tied to people on these deals. They all look attractive when you sign them. But once you look at the contract, they're like, have a look. Let me just show you a typical bricktop contract. Um, 20, 30, 40. That's a 45 page. It's 45 pages. You know, the A4 printing paper that they use downstairs for all sorts of stuff with the computer. Okay, that's 45 pages, right? Could you imagine having to go through that? Imagine having to go through that. You're going to need a lawyer. He's going to want 1,500 quid to go through that just to look at it, right? Can you? That's before you start, right? You're going to go, oh, can you imagine? Young lad, 21-year-old, so I'm just going to sign. Oh, look where we get to the first fight. And there's all sorts of stuff in it. And then you parked up and it's all over then. Well, if you're good enough and you keep winning, just do it fight by fight. When Froch left Mick Hennessy, he did a fight-by-fight deal with Eddie Hills. Never had a contract because he thought, well, I'm good enough. So that's how I look at it. So don't sign contracts. All these managers getting you to sign contracts are charlatans. Don't sign them if you believe in your own ability. Don't sign them. Just go on a fight-by-fight. And then if you start performing brilliantly in the ring, the offers will come, won't they? Don't sign the contracts. Otherwise, you're knackered. What's Clinton Woods like as a person? He's all right. Always been all right with me. He has a beer. Clinton, you might get him, I don't know, 4 or 5 times a year. We're around Sheffield. We've got Brazimas, he likes going in there, Maggie Mays, all around there, Sheffield, Clinton. He'll go in there with his mates, 6 or 7 of them, and he drinks Budweiser and he'll just have crack. Just a normal bloke. You might see him in Chippy, sausage chips and peas or something, or whatever. He's just a normal bloke, isn't he? He's pretty easy going. There's no airs and graces about him. He's still got the same car, same BMW that he's got when I first met him about 8 years ago, 8.5 years, still got the same car. So, he's just a plodder, isn't he? He's just a straight Yorkshireman, isn't he? A tough Yorkshireman. I like him. So I know him and Dennis have had the differences, but I like him. I like Dennis when I'm not talking boxing with him. Talk boxing with him, turns into a little monster. I've got something bubbling, don't even get me started with that. So, what happened to Quinn Ahmed? Somebody trying to be a clever dick with that question. I don't know. I have to ask Chris Smedley. I've heard that he's got a different job and he's got a beard or something. What is he, 19? Just turned 20 last month. No, this month. I think he's 20, is it? August, isn't it? Showed a lot of promise. Is it Billy Pickles? Is he Dennis's fighter or Denzel's fighter? He only had a couple of amateur fights and they were knocking him about. That's a true story. And he's 10-0, is he? Or something like that. I don't follow Billy Pickles. No offence against Billy Pickles, but you're not going to do no if Quinn Ahmed's knocking you about 2-3 fight amateur, are you? But that's what Dennis likes to work with, isn't it? That sort of level. So, okie dokie. So, peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep sporting boxing. Don't have nightmares. All right. Peace out.